I think I said less than 24 hours ago that I wasn't going to talk about the top chase cards. But you know something, guys? When I seen this sell yesterday on eBay, on auction, I nearly fell off my chair. And I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. I can't stop thinking about it. I have to talk about it. And I'm going to share a couple of things with you because what I seen yesterday is unbelievable. And you might agree with me here. So, yesterday we had a confirmed sale at £6,500 for the Latias. The Latias and Latios GX. So, for people who don't know, this is an amazing card from the Sun and Moon era. Now, for people who are new to the hobby, we have new people coming in all the time, so I'm just going to explain this really quickly. This is the team up set that this card come from. So, team up, absolutely amazing set in the Sun and Moon era. And look how far back we're going here, guys. All the way back. Sword and Shield, all the way through, Scarlet and Violet, and now we're in a new era. So we're going way back. And I think that was released in 2019, Sun and Moon team up. So I think it's 2019, I believe. So this card sold yesterday for 6.5k, and I nearly fell off my chair. I mean, wow, that's a lot of money for a graded card, for a single graded card. I mean, when this was released, you could probably, back then, buy booster boxes at £100 a piece, and you could buy 65 booster boxes. And them booster boxes now are actually valued at over 8k. So can you imagine where you would be now? But anyway, £6,500 for that card yesterday. And there's a couple of things I want to discuss about this because it's absolutely phenomenal. It really is, guys. If there's no sign about Pokemon being in this massive crazy market or whatever's going on, this is it. This is your sign. Because if you look 18 days prior, on the 3rd of September, it sold for 5,100. Now, these are on bids, and I always like to see this and use these because it's more of a correct price. This is what people are prepared to pay, and we know what it's finished on. We know what it's finished on here. And the difference between these two here is like 25, 26, maybe even 27%. So it's gone up. This card's gone up 27% in 18 days. It's not normal. It's unbelievable. It shouldn't be like this. And that's crazy. So there's a couple of things I wanted to share with you because I can't stop thinking about it. So when you look at this card, in a PSA 10 there's only 2,116 in the pop. Now that might slowly creep up as time goes on. And I think it's got about a 40% success rate to grade this in a 10. So it's not solid, but it's not the easiest. It's just getting the card itself because it's still quite expensive in the raw version. And the thing is with this card, there's not many about. And when you look at the price, that could be a true representation of what the card's worth. But to see it jump from that to that, it doesn't make sense. And I feel like there's something else going on here. And you want to know something? When you talk about the value of this card, I was looking at it today and I thought to myself, you know something? This card might even be underpriced, even at 6.5k. I'm going out on a bit of a limb here, but I feel like this card could be way undervalued. And I'm going to show you why I think it could be undervalued, even at 6.5k. Watch this. So this was the top chase card in Sun and Moon. Nicknamed the Lovebirds. The artwork's absolutely phenomenal on this card. I mean, they knocked it out the park with this one. It's absolutely beautiful. So, anyway, I love this card. I had the opportunity to buy it. I didn't get it. Devastated. But it was 2k back then. And I'll be completely honest, when it was 2k back then, I thought that was the limit. I thought that's the ceiling. I thought it can't go past 2k for a graded card. And look where we are. It's unbelievable. It really is. So, with this being 6.5k, and it was basically the chase card of the Sun and Moon era, I'm going to compare it to the chase card of Sword and Shield. I'm going to show you something here. if I can select the right one. So this is where it came from, the Team Up. And this is Team Up booster box on TCG Player. Now this is valued at 8.3k. And there's only 3 boxes left. And then we have the Latios and the Latios GX here, the card. Excuse me, 2.5k raw. So massive difference here in pricing between 8.3 and 2.5. Massive difference, and not many available. 11 and 3. And I know there's others out there in personal collections and on sale here and on sale there. But trust me, guys, there's not that many of these cards about. I never see these when I'm out and about. I really don't. But when you compare this to the main chase, look at this. Evolving Skies booster box. There's 52 listings available at 2.5k. And we've got 2.1k for 48 listings of the card in a raw version. So that's very unusual, that, because we've got 52 and 48, very similar amounts there. And the card is nearly the same price as the booster box. Crazy. But what's even crazier is this card is already achieving £3,200 in a 10. So it's surpassed the price of the booster box. Now there's 18,000 of these cards in PSA on the pop report. I think there's over 18,000. And I know they're graded all over as well. There's different grades, Beckett's and Aces, and there's probably more to be opened. I mean, it seems like Evolving Skies is still getting cracked open. And that, for the most part, is not really a hard card to grade. But when you're seeing £3,200 on a card, and I think Evolving Skies was 2021, so 4-year-old, and it's already achieving this, and then you go back to Sun and Moon, released in 2019, and that's reaching 6.5k, and there's only 3 boxes left, and it's priced at 8,300. This could end up being an 8k card by the end of the year. It could end up being a 10k card next year, guys. I'm not saying it will, but once this stuff dries up, the sky's the limit. And I think people are really starting to realise that now. And there's no slowing down in this hobby. There's just money flying in, and it's coming from everywhere, and it's shown itself in things like this. I truly think that this card is undervalued. I really do. And I mean, another thing here. Look at this. PSA 10 Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. £2,800, even though it's a best offer. But look at this. I mean, wow. I don't know what to say. Prismatic Evolutions is still in print. It's going to be in print for a long time. Now, I know we've had our supply issues with Prismatic. And to be completely honest with you, Prismatic is all over. People are holding on to Prismatic for dear life. It is out there. And the thing to remember with Prismatic, guys, a lot of people got into Prismatic at retail. A lot of people didn't, and a lot of people did. So, I mean, when you go back to 151, I got 151 at retail. I got it from the Pokemon Centre, and I opened it. I opened it with my son, and I loved it. But it didn't hurt us to open it when we were paying £50 an ETB. And I mean, it did increase to about 280, 260, 280 when I opened another ETB, and that hurt a little bit. But we still enjoyed it because, we paid £50. And the point I'm making, there's still a lot of Prismatic to be opened, and it will continue to get ripped open for years on end. So how that'll affect the price of this, I have no idea. But already, with like nearly 3,000 on the pop report for PSA, and it's already achieving this type of money as a brand new card. It's unbelievable, guys. It really is. And you know something? For these cards to be this price, this early on, the old stuff has to increase in value, because you can't justify the price of these cards unless you drag up the price of the vintage gear as well. And that's why I truly believe that the vintage gear is going to come up, because it's the only way you can justify paying this type of money for the brand new cards. Brand new cards shouldn't be this much, and this is where we are with it. Nobody's got an answer for it. It's absolutely, truly unbelievable. And like I said, it was the sale of that Latios that got me into all of this, and I've been thinking about it all day, and I can't get my head around it. I mean, when you talk about bringing up vintage and increasing in value, we've already seen it, guys. We've seen it with the booster boxes, Sword and Shield stuff. It's gone through the roof. And you know something? It's allowed people to accept the price of stuff like this. Destin rivaled out the gate. What? 350? 320? It dropped down a bit. And look at it now. 492. I haven't even seen a box of this yet. I don't own it. I've only opened a couple of packs and I got them from the LGS. What? Already that? It's unbelievable. But you know, to accept this as the norm, we had to bring up the price of the vintage to an acceptable price and make this look cheap. So when that was at that price, Lost Origin was like $100 more. So I think Destin Rivals, let's say Destin Rivals at the end of March, beginning of April, it's like 320. Lost Origin at the same time was like 390. So it was $70 more. And that doesn't make sense, guys. That truly doesn't make sense. This set had time in the market to mature. It's got some banging cards, Giratina, you name it, and it's such a lovely set. And yet it was $100 more than Destin Rivals. But look at it now, it's up to $800. And like the likes of Fusion Strikes knocking on the door, if not surpassed already, $1,000. So we had to see the vintage and the older stuff come up for us to accept the price of the new gear. And I think this is a trend, you know, guys. I honestly think this is a trend moving forward, and it could potentially be a trend moving forward into Mega Evolutions. I mean, I'm going on limbs all over here saying this type of stuff, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm looking at prices really carefully, and I'm seeing the new gear that's coming out is just getting more and more and more expensive. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's where we're going with it, that's where we're going with it. Then we'll, you know, for the likes of me, I'll just have to collect something a little bit different or collect at a different speed. That's absolutely fine. I'm not bitter. It's just I'll collect differently. I'll change the way that I enjoy this hobby. It's fine. But if we continue, excuse me, to see massive price increases on brand new sets that are getting released, like Mega Evolutions and Phantasmal Flames, I think it's called, and we're going to see massive chase cards coming out the gate at £1,000 and £1,200 and this, that and the other, and to the point where we can't even get the product, I think we're going to see a lot of the older stuff starting to increase in value as well, guys. I really do. I think we thought that this was expensive before, but I don't think we've seen anything yet. And with the anniversary next year, I think it's only just going to go north. I really do. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear that. I mean, at some part, I don't want to hear it because I want to rip packs open the same as everybody else. But this is what the data suggests, and this is what it's telling us, that there's no sign of slowing down. It's absolutely unbelievable. And that is why I think that this card could potentially be undervalued because of them points that I've just shown there. It doesn't show any signs of slowing down. A 25 or a 27% increase in price, in 18 days is not normal. It's not normal by any stretch of the imagination. That should never happen in anything, anywhere, you want to call it an asset class or whatever you want to call it. I don't call it that. It's a game. It's a Pokemon collecting game. That's all it is, you know, and we enjoy it. That's all we do. But some people consider this as an asset class and they start using that terminology and percentage gains and everything else. I don't do that. I use percentages, but that's where it ends. But to see it jump that far in so many days, that's a warning sign that things aren't slowing down. It really is. And I don't see any signs of it slowing down. I mean, it's unbelievable. What, £1,400 increase in just over 2 weeks, guys? That's unbelievable. It really is. And as I said, once these cards dry up, the sky's the limit. It only takes somebody to come in, you know, and buy a couple of these up and hold them, and before you know it, they're 10 and 12k, and we think this is a lot of money. I don't think this is anything compared to what it can be. It's unbelievable, guys. I had to share it with you. Like I said, it all started yesterday when I seen that card sell. A phenomenal card. By all means, it's a beautiful card. It really is. It's the big chase card of that era, and I think it's going to do phenomenally well. I mean, personally, would I buy into it now? No, no, it's not for me. It was for me when it was back in the day. 400-500 quid raw. I think that's probably the maximum that I would probably ever spend, and even then I'd have to think twice because there's just so much available, guys, to buy instead of buying this. But for the people out there who do have that type of money, it's not a problem. And I think this card's just only going to go north. I really do. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to keep an eye on this one, a close eye, because it's really interesting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop us a like if you did. So I'm so glad I got that off my chest. Because I had to show somebody this. Anyway, guys, thank you. See you later.